Hello, this is Matt O'Leary, and today I'm doing an interesting video. It's a tag video, so I'm going to go through a lot of questions that my wife Nina is asking me, all music related. Yes, I'm going to tag both notes reviews for this and a Tom Q Public. So if you guys want to give this a shot, answer these questions, that'd be really awesome because I respect your channels and I really like your stuff. I'm finding your hairs in my sweater, just woven in to the threads.
We're married. Favorite childhood music memory?
Probably the time when I've been most just giddily happy over music is in high school, playing in a band called Icicles to Eskimos. And we played at this coffee shop called The Depot in Hopkins, Minnesota. We had this show where basically all our friends came. I think it was in 2007 or 2008. It was like the peak of our playing together. We were really in sync. Basically all our friends that followed the band from our high school were there, and they were mouthing along with the lyrics, and I remember just looking out and seeing like some of my best friends saying all the lyrics, and that was like the most surreal moment.
Shout out Ian.
Another one I can think of is my dad and I went to a Queen. My first concert was Queen with Paul Rogers from Bad Company.
If you could be the front man of any band, which would it be?
Like be the person or be myself in this band?
Be yourself in this band, but you have the skill of the guy who like is the actual front man.
Okay, so I think I would just be Julian Casablancas from The Strokes. He has so much swag. The melodies are super fun. He's got like a fantastic band behind him. He just sings, so he just can focus on that, which is great. Jen Wasner from Wye-Oak. That band would be really cool. I like the synth-led stuff, but I also, that band, it's more about the nuanced ideas in the music. I think they're like one of the least ideological bands that I can think of, where they're just pushing some agenda that you've heard 1,000 times before, but instead they're really like exploring ideas in a deep and intricate way.
I asked you this like a year ago, and I think you said Dungen.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of bands.
Yeah, there is a lot of bands. You're right.
There are a lot of bands.
You can only listen to one genre for the rest of your life. What would it be?
Woo! That sucks, first off. I feel like it wouldn't be something super abrasive, just because that would probably get really old. Is Irena Kindo a genre? I would probably go with that genre. Jazz rock, very melodic, but like the musicianship is top notch. Ultimately, their pop songs and pop structure just way deeper. Jazz rock, progressive rock.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Who's your favorite female vocalist?
Female vocalist? That's hard. I feel like it's on the spot. I know I would think of someone later. Laura Marling's up there. I think her voice is pretty gorgeous. I mentioned Wye-Oak, Jen Wasner. Oh, I totally know. Oh, what's her name? Shoot.
Esperanza Spalding?
No, definitely not. The Hop-Along singer. What's her name? Oh man, her voice is just a beast.
Frances Quinlan?
Frances Quinlan, there it is. Yeah. Wow, she's like always right on pitch live. But it's also like that.
If you could be like a prodigy at one instrument, which would you choose?
For songwriting purposes.
Nope, you just one answer.
For songwriting purposes, I would go with the piano. Because I also have an a cappella group that I lead at school, and it'd be really nice to just be able to like play the whole arrangement as one to teach, and also play individual parts without having to think about it and like awkwardly plunk them out, because that's really hard. So I'd probably go with piano, and it'd be the easiest to write chord progressions on, I think.
Best band name?
Best band name. Oh man. We always come up with band names. We have a list of band names. And they're usually like, if they were snarky pop punk bands, it would be a good band name. So I really like the name Jank. Just to the point. It like describes the music perfectly. It's also just kind of like goofy. I think I like band names like that rather than like big epic. Best band name is actually kind of hard, but I think worst band name might be a little bit easier. It's taking itself super seriously, like Between the Buried and Me, terrible band name. Pierce the Veil or something. It's just like, ugh.
You've only said one good one, and then you've just been shitting on all the rest of them.
I do a lot of shitting. I'm a cynic, what can I say? Cynic, that's a good band name.
Favorite album cover or covers?
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I think my favorite style of album cover is old progressive rock stuff from like the 60s and 70s. I like the very maximal, lots going on, lots like landscapes or surrealist landscapes, that kind of stuff. So one that comes to mind right away is Griffin's album, which is a prog rock band. Behind This Guy Playing Chess is just a super saturated landscape scene with like every possible beautiful touch just thrown in there. You got this river and then just like this pink city, castle, buildings, and the clouds are sort of pinkish, and oh, it's just so good.
There it is.
It's pretty nice, right? And I mean, come on. Classic right here. I even got the little spinny thing. Like, can't go wrong. Again, I think it's just when there's a ton of stuff there, when it's just super dense and you could stare at it for hours and find little things that you've never seen before. Another prog rock one that I can think of just in that realm is like a Caravan, In the Land of Grey and Pink. Like the closer it is to like a Hieronymus Bosch painting is better. I really like the Fleet Foxes' first album. I think that's a painting, like famous painting. We got about 100 scenes of absolute debauchery right here. Just people doing evil things. And you could stare at it for hours, and again, you would find stuff that you've never seen before. And then just glory, glory, hallelujah. Another favorite is Closure in Moscow's Pink Lemonade. I think I just like chaos and nature and colors and craziness. Another great one is King Gizzard's Paper Mache Dream Balloon. It's got that like folksy 60s just weirdo sort of vibe to it, and with the clay, every bandmate is in clay down there on the bottom. Yes has some good stuff too, like Fragile or Relayer.
A musician you respect, whose music you don't enjoy.
So someone I respect for their work ethic, for how dynamic they are, for how many pieces of their music that they have control over, like directly. Is Prince, and he also doesn't really fit the mold as far as just politically and ideologically, but with his music, obviously it's very accessible. I've never been able to get too into it. Like, I think it's catchy, but it's just not really my thing. I feel like it's very much style and energy over songwriting. I'm gonna get crushed for that. I mean, he played the Super Bowl, so I'm gonna get crushed.
Also, he's dead.
Also, he's dead. Oh. Well, I truly respect him. I think he's there for a reason, and I understand. I just don't understand. I don't personally love his going back to his albums.
That's good.
I just find them a little scarce and
I would maybe quit while you're ahead.
Simple. Okay.
What's on your work playlist?
That's a good one. I try to think, I work at a school as a counselor, so I try to think with any song that I have playing in my office of all the different parties that could possibly walk into my room at any given time. Really reserved student, really bold and like gregarious student, and then like principal, coworkers. I do end up with a lot of like sort of easy listening, soft rock kind of stuff, some ambient and classical. I like nice piano music. More modern artists, like a lot of Jose Gonzalez or C. Duncan. Some jazz here and then.
Here and then. Okay.
Here and again. How do you say that?
Here and there.
Here and there. Oh. Here, there, and everywhere.
Okay.
Here, there, and everywhere. Revolver, that's another good album cover.
Okay, you already kind of answered this, but what's your most glorious personal music moment?
Glorious. So in college at the U of M, of Minnesota. I did. There's probably a lot of U of M's out there, right? University of Miami, University of Michigan, University of Minnesota. The choir there, we did War Requiem by Britten, which is just this epic piece, and I just have never felt part of something as grandiose as that.
Best shows you've seen?
I'll say Snarky Puppy in Copenhagen. We went together, and we were sitting way in the back. We had jet lag. We were just falling asleep. It was kind of awful, honestly. Like, I felt terrible. I felt really sick and tired, but the sound of the concert was, like, absolutely unbelievable. Seeing them again in May. Another one is Steven Wilson. I think that one was just, like, I felt like I was surrounded, enveloped. Like, there wasn't one thing about the sound that I could have improved. Maybe our first date together was going to see House of Heroes, which is a favorite growing up band, and it was at the Beat Coffee House in Minneapolis or St. Paul or something, and it's just this really tiny place, kind of a hole in the wall. No, it's pretty nice. I shouldn't say that it's nice. But we were right in the front row. We gave a Valentine to the front man, Tim Skipper. We handed him the Valentine. We also, like, it's one of those concerts where you're singing every single word of every song because you know it so well.
But they were eye level with us. They were not on a stage.
They were not on a stage, so we got to see them in the most intimate way. We saw everything they did, every pedal they pushed. We heard the harmonies like so viscerally. So that was
and we were just like eye to eye screaming the songs back in their face.
So there were moments when they actually reacted to us because they could hear us singing like in 3-part harmony with the melodies. So that was, again, like it's like them playing in your basement, essentially.
A band you'd be fine never seeing live again.
My answer is Animals as Leaders. I went to their show. They had 2 opening bands, Intervals and Pliny, which I like them a lot. I like listening to their studio stuff. You became so desensitized to the heaviness of the music that it became really annoying after a long time. It just really wore on me, and I felt fatigued, like genuinely, after I was done.
Guilty pleasure music.
Guilty pleasure?
Like something that you like actually would be a little bit embarrassed.
NSYNC, I'd probably say. Like I can listen to a full NSYNC album and love it. But it's just because I sang all the songs when I was a kid and they were my favorite boy band. But we live in the day of poptimism. Like people like pop music and they respect you when you like pop music. So I don't think it's really that embarrassing.
What's your favorite band tee that you own?
Man, this is wrinkly. That one's great. My friend also just got me a Alex G shirt. It just says Sandy on it. And it just has like this weird mouse that's getting its tongue smashed in a machine. So that's pretty cool.
The first band tee that you owned.
The first band tee? Woo! I went to JCPenney with my mom. And that's where all the kids went for their band tees, I think.
Dude.
JCPenney, yeah.
Dude.
I got like a Doors shirt, which was really cool. I lost it, which sucked. I asked my friend who was going to the Snakes and Arrows tour in middle school for him to buy me a t-shirt. So he brought me a Rush t-shirt. Yeah, good stuff right there.
Look at the camera!
Deep into your soul. So again, I tagged Notes and Tom Q Public is I think what his channel name is called. You should definitely check them out, obviously. I do a lot of collaborative stuff with Notes, but if you guys want to go for this, that'd be really cool. I'd love to see that. So as always, thank you so much for watching.
Okay.
Bing, bing,
Ready?
bing.